It's so bright, dude. Today under our CRED, we install a set of LED lights you didn't know you needed on your Jeep Wrangler JL. You guys know that we are partnered up with Azuto, and those guys create the most out of this world, cool, useful mods for your Jeep Wrangler JL and Gladiator. And today we've got one laid out on the table. This is something that I have never seen before. I'm a big flashlight fanatic. I have them all over the Jeep, I have them all over the house, but the one thing is they're either rechargeable, they take batteries, I lose them, there's no good mount. The guys at Azuto thought of a solution for this. So being in the back of a Jeep, there's not a ton of light. If you look in the back of this two-door, there's maybe a 1-inch by maybe 2-inch light that sits on the left-hand side. It's about as dim that you can maybe see something in the palm of your hand if you hold it up closely. So they designed a bracket that bolts right onto the tailgate into the factory panel location, and it's completely plug and play and has LEDs integrated into it. Now what's really neat is they kind of thought of everything with these lights. So you not only have them turn on when you open and close the tailgate, there's a button on the actual panel too that you can turn them on and off. And then the actual lights themselves are powered by 3 AA batteries. So when you remove them, you can walk around the Jeep or on your campsite, be able to use them as much as you need. And then when you're done, just place them back into your tailgate and they will work when you open and close the door. And do not worry, this is not the first part that we're adding to our 2025 build. It just so happens it's the only Jeep in our fleet with a stock tailgate. Well guys, we got the tailgate open. That's the first step of this install. This is a pretty simple installation and they always give you tools. So Azuto gave us a little trim tool here. We might not need too many other tools. We'll get into the installation, but the first thing is to pull off the factory tailgate plastic piece. And you might be looking, that's got to take a lot to get off. Really doesn't. Here's a quick tip on how to do it. Go ahead and grab this little wire here, give it a little pull, and that'll pull off one of the tabs. And then you just work around it. And slowly pull it off. The one thing that you're gonna notice, unless you do it absolutely perfect, is that some of these little green clips, your little green clip friends, are gonna stay in the tailgate. So once we do this, we're gonna go back through and I'm gonna pull off 1, 2, 3, 4, and match them up with where they've fallen off like this. So check this out, guys. We are back on the table, and this panel from Azuto is actually gonna replace this factory trail ready panel from Jeep, but look at how clean that looks.
Yeah, it looks factory.
I mean, even the material.
It's the same material, right?
Even got, like, this has the ridge here. They have a little ridge that goes, like, the amount of time that they spend in engineering these products is insane. So what you want to do is, you'll do this off the Jeep, go underneath here with their included tool. It's really that easy. There's not much underneath here.
And there's no way of doing this while it's still connected to the tailgate?
You could do this while it's still connected to the tailgate. The one thing is you want to run the wires. So the wires that need to pop through these different areas and locations, you're gonna wanna pop them through when you mount it into here. That way you can put them in the right spots. And then also we're gonna be running this little recharging piece from the 12-volt outlet in the back all the way down and across. And we don't really wanna do that while everything's still intact there. That way we can just, I like to run our wires clean, so we'll make sure that it's really done clean. But yeah, that's gonna be the first thing that you wanna do. And then these wires will actually feed just right down through the center hole here. So we got that one in and that one. Make sure that the wires are fully pulled through the hole here. And the font here, the detachable lamp, is facing the proper way. So once you have that done, it should just clip right back into place. So there are some alignment pins. I'm just gonna do it nice and, yeah, that's in. Tell me that doesn't look so cool. If you barely even see it's there, you know, until you put the light in. But like, look at that with the lights. I can't wait to see what it looks like on the Jeep. Oh, these things are bright. They are so bright. We're gonna get that brightness cooked up, but I don't want to burn your camera out yet, Ryan. These things are definitely bright. So these, you can see the wires are just running right back through the back of here. This one's actually got a little twist tie that we can pull off. As always with any wiring, make sure that you're doing it nice and clean. It's not pinched anywhere. So we've got a 2-door. If you have a 4-door, this is gonna be just a little bit bigger. Pull your little base retention piece out and set that aside. And then right underneath here, you're just gonna push this to the left. And this is where your normal hinges, your hinge bolts would all go. So we're just gonna set that aside as well. And then I'm just gonna pull the seal up here like so we can run this nice and clean. And we are gonna run this from the outlet here. We've already got our tail light panel off as well, so we pulled this off. It's a little bit different on a 24 or 25 compared to yours. It's a little bit smaller, but we're gonna run the wire up through in here and just run it down nice and clean below all this and pop out into our new tailgate LED. So a little trick when you're putting it behind this trim panel is to actually just get it in kind of a U shape here and start to tuck it along the back of this, running this through the rest of the plastic. And your goal is to tuck it under. So if you just kind of work at it a little bit, it'll start to fall behind there. You can't really see it, but you guys will probably understand what I'm saying. It'll just start to fall under there. And when you pull it, you don't want it to pop out like that. So you want to actually get this to tuck underneath your trim panel. Maybe even we will use our, once again, our little orange trim tool to just push the wire back a little bit. Just run it along nice there. So that's all the way behind that plastic back there, and you can see if we move it, we're running it all the way up to here. So it's running all the way up under here, and then we're just gonna run it along the bottom edge all the way over to our tailgate, and we'll show you where it pops out. It's gonna pop out. If you really wanted to get crazy, you could pull this panel off and actually untape this and have it run through the tether here. But if not, you could just zip tie it and make sure that nothing's pinching and having it run in. Remember, it's only gonna travel about that distance until it gets covered by that plate. And if you have it like that, you won't even really see it. So the 12 volt here that's plugging into the cigarette lighter is actually going to be the power source for the lights when they open and close. Let's get, while we have this plugged out, we will show you that the connector right here that we're gonna tap into, we're just gonna disconnect it. So we're gonna grab the connector on the back side of the tailgate panel, and it is gonna plug in one side over here. You'll hear a click. And then the second side will plug right in to here. And that's all you need. You're basically getting one trigger wire off of this, so that way when the tailgate gets opened and closed, it senses it and can actually turn on and off the lights. So that wire we're gonna tuck in here with some zip ties as well. And then this plug is the one that charges it. So that's where we're gonna use this wire right over here. Plug that in. Just like so. Make sure all of our wires are zip tied and are not going to touch anything, and then we can clip our panel back on. Once you have all the wires nice and tucked away, go ahead and work around the edges, get everything to clip back in. Now, just one thing, mind you right here where you have that connector coming out, just make sure it does not get pinched. Same with the factory one when you push that in. So it's just a matter of just lining it up and making sure all these are pushed back in, but doesn't that just look factory? I mean, without the lights in there, which we'll grab those here. Whoa. They are so bright. Watch when I turn the lights off. This is with Ryan's camera light still on. Let's even watch. I'll move Ryan's camera light. There's no lights even remotely near this. So watch, when I close this, the amount of light that comes off of this, and remember, that's right when you open your door, you're easily able to see not only in your Jeep, but probably like 20 foot surrounding here. That is an incredible amount of light. The cool thing is though too, you can press the button here and you can turn them down, and you can also turn them off right from the button here. So if you don't want all that light, say you are like stealth camping or doing something, you don't want all that, you can just turn it off with a button. But then here's where it really comes to a cool part, is you pull these off. Now remember, they're magnetic. We've got high, low, kind of an emergency mode, and then a second emergency mode. Now that's an SOS. That's the SOS symbol. So if you were stuck on the side of the road, magnet one of those right to the back of your Jeep, and now you've got SOS, you've got emergency, or if you just wanted to use it as a little bit of a camp light, there you have it. Now the nice thing is with the twin magnets, they are rubber back, so they're not gonna mar up your paint. And there also is kind of like a carabiner loop at the top too, so we could hang that off of something. I'm imagining a lot of guys with JLs that are camping a lot, they've got a lot of metal structures up top. Put this as a camp light up like this and it'll shine down on you. And then when you're done with it, as soon as you put it back into here, it automatically goes back to the setting that it was in. So Ryan, sorry, I'm gonna blind you again. It's so bright, dude. It is like insanely bright. And then I can just come over and like give you a quick search down, Ryan. Throw it on the Jeep here. I could throw it on the Jeep here. And the magnets are like strong, like pretty strong. Put it up here. Oh, the doors aren't. That's interesting. I think the shell, yeah, the shells are aluminum. What are the hinges? The bolts are, yeah. But like some of the Jeep is metal. Oh, these are aluminum now. I thought these were, I could have sworn those were steel. Maybe they are aluminum. Windshield frame, aluminum. We're testing the Jeep to see what's aluminum. But yeah, super sticky, super great magnets on them. And then when you're ready, pop it back into here and you can be blinded again. But I got 2 of them too, Ryan, so I can really, dude, I can do anything. I can do anything I want with these. I can walk around my Jeep. I can check things out. I can like land a plane. Yeah. I just love that once you're done with them, they have a home and a home that doesn't take up space. So like this doesn't take up any extra space in your Jeep. It's already a place that kind of was just sitting here. So one thing we didn't mention too is that they actually include 2 magnetic 3M strips here that you can basically place anywhere in the vehicle, anywhere in your camping rig, and this will stick to it. Now mind you, most of the JL does have aluminum or magnesium, so you might have to use these in some different positions to make them stick. I was thinking of an under hood location. That way you could work on your Jeep's engine when it's dark out, or just anywhere else you could see fit. So on our Sport, there's actually a little like flat contour that kind of comes down parallel. Look at that. Look at the output for the engine bay too. And that's, I think that was on high maybe. But yeah, then you can just pull it off, but the magnet stays there. Yeah, that was low. So like there's high, but now it sticks. Now it's not like a crate, like it's just one of these pieces of metal on there. I could have put 2 of them, but if you're parked on the side of the road working on your engine, it's not like this is shaking. Yeah. You know, but yeah, look at that. That's nice. That's really nice. But yeah, then you close it up. So say we had these on. We're done with the back tailgate, close this up, lights shut off, lights turn back on. So it's got the sensor from the tailgate on when to activate it and deactivate it. Really, really slick there, guys. I think this is gonna be just a nice mod to the back, especially of our 2-door, which we had little to no lighting at all. Can't wait to see this in like a pure dark environment because I just think it's gonna be absolutely incredible to really be able to utilize this when we're out on the trail, when we're in the woods, or just daily activities because you really don't have a ton of light in the Jeep. Now, if you guys want to pick up a set of these Azuto tailgate lamp kits here, you can go on Amazon. We'll leave the link down below in the description. And then what we're going to do too, Ryan, we'll throw in like a nice AA rechargeable battery set because I think that's, if one thing this could use would just be rechargeable batteries. That way you don't have to burn through them because AA's do get pretty expensive. So, and let me know down below in the comments what you like about this product and will you be picking up a set for your Jeep. We can't wait to share more cool products with you as we start to come closer to the new year and install more fun things on this build. We actually just got a whole pallet delivered of all sorts of parts. We got some parts hiding way back there for the 41 build and then some parts up there too. I can just use a flashlight and check them all out. Thank you guys so much for watching though. Until next time, my name is Matt here in front of this flashlight. Ryan's behind the camera. We want you to get out there and earn yours.